A third lockdown, hey? What better way to spend it than reminiscing about the past? Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be chatting with friends and family that have all come together to make Oxidion Theatre. In this exclusive, we'll be telling our highlights and behind-the-scenes goss, as well as many personal and hilarious stories from our past. So, come with me as we delve into our history and discover Oxidion's origins. This podcast is sponsored by Waghorn Security Systems and has been directed and produced by the dazzlingly talented Maddie Goode. Of course, starring me, your host, Jude Peters.
Hello everyone, happy Saturday. I'm so sorry about the delay. Ironically, I'm talking to James today about all of the bloopers he's made, and he's the reason why this podcast has come out late. But without further ado, let me introduce you to the tech wizard himself. It's James!
Hello!
Hello. So, for people that don't know you, would you like to just introduce yourself?
So I'm James and I'm the head of technical production at Oxidion.
Yes. So we obviously have seen your terrible lighting skills. Oh, and we're rejoined. So, I mean, your amazing lighting skills, James. James has a really difficult job of pressing buttons throughout the show, and he does just that, in the words of Lucy, apart from he's not always pressing the right buttons.
No comment.
Anyway, no, James does do an amazing job, but most of his work is beforehand, isn't it?
Yeah, like behind the scenes, the bits that you don't see.
We pre-program the lights, and then James basically clicks through them. But pre-programming does actually take quite a long time.
Well, I think with Frozen, that was what took the longest.
Yeah, and with upcoming The Wizard of Oz, last year we started the light production. It took us all day, like an 8 to 9 hour day, and it just made 12 minutes worth of lights for a scene. So it can take quite a long time. So James does have quite a tedious job, but I managed to help him a bit. But James, you also help out with editing some of our footage for our films and things like that go up on YouTube, and you're a cameraman some of the time. So you do quite a lot of stuff, but it is all tech related.
Yeah.
Although this is probably the first one you haven't really been involved in. This has been Maddie. However, some of you may have been hearing the advert that has been repeated in some of our previous podcasts for Waghorn Security Systems. And James is the managing director of that company. So he is sponsoring this podcast. So many thanks from me and many thanks from Maddie, I'm sure. So go on, just sell your product a bit for us.
Basically, we do intruder alarms, CCTV systems, and audio-visual. So lighting, sound, that sort of thing.
You landed quite a big deal, didn't you, recently?
Well, yeah. At school, they've got in touch with me, actually, about installing a brand new CCTV system. 50k project, quite big.
I don't know who would trust James with that, but clearly
I wonder that. I do wonder that.
Trusted James
probably a bit mad.
1.5k.
50?
Oh, 50?
Yeah.
What? I thought you said 15. Jesus,
no,
Louise.
50. Lockdown's got to them.
If you want good CCTV, contact 07500 090 359 or email waghornalarms@gmail.com. Waghorn Security Systems, providing you with the latest and greatest.
So what are your hobbies? What are things maybe you've been doing recently?
Schoolwork.
Okay, can you remember when we first met?
Yes. You know me, I've got a very good memory.
That's actually quite true. James is always obsessed about our primary school. He's like, do you remember
that
this?
Sounds really dodgy. Can you not say that?
I'll rephrase that.
Yeah.
James
James
is really
is
impressed
really-
about our experience.
There we go.
So he's always saying to me like, "Oh, do you remember this teacher and that teacher and when we did this?" And I'm like, "James, no, I was like 5." James has a very extensive memory, so I can't remember the first time we met. So please enlighten me.
So I think we must have been in like year R or something, and yeah, we got onto the topic of speakers. I think we were playing with the little boombox that I had in the corner. We were playing the the teacher's Glee collection or something.
Not the Glee CD.
I don't think I've laughed this hard in ages. Oh dear.
Just for everyone at home, literally nothing happened there. And that's why we were laughing.
Because I have him full
Yeah,
screen and he was
carry on
just
about
staring at
telling
me. Right. Anyway. Yeah, we were playing the Glee CDs. Oh. Let me just have a drink of water.
This is the biggest nightmare of the podcast that I've done so far.
They don't call me the causer of all of the bloopers for nothing.
What are any memories of us growing up that you distinctly remember?
Well, I remember coming over to yours a couple of times. I think the first time I came to yours was for one of your birthday parties. And stop recording. Do you remember what happened?
Please enlighten everyone. Okay, James is refusing to tell us this story because he's a bit too embarrassed.
I don't
So I'm
remember
gonna-
that one.
I'm going to explain it for you all. He came over to my birthday party. I'm Sexy and I Know It came on because it was probably around 2010 when I think that song came out. And James, like 5, 6, 7-year-old James, thought it would be quite cool to take all of his clothes off apart from his pants and jump up on the sofa and dance around in his pants to all of the
Swinging
other
my
children.
t-shirt around.
This summer just gone, we filmed a Natalie Cassidy thing. It's waiting to be released this summer, hopefully. But do you just want to explain
Okay.
why it was probably one of the most embarrassing things we've done?
I had to walk around with a big SLR camera filming you dressed up as a woman. No, not a woman, not any woman.
Yes,
Natalie Cassidy herself.
with a big bouquet, and we got a lot of stares, didn't we? Yeah, do you remember the woman in the laundry bit?
So we put all of the washing machines that weren't being used onto a spin cycle, so there was loads of really evil laundrette noise. And you were sat on top of the washing machine with your fake bum, trying to film the intro to the video. A lady walked in to get her washing out of one of the machines.
Yeah, a really old, sweet lady.
He just knocks on the door and went, "Oh, sorry, love, can I just get the washing out?" And then you jumped off from on top of the machine and she went, "Oh, I wish I had a bum like that." No, she didn't. That would have been very bad.
But I lied to her, didn't I? I told her,
Yeah.
because I felt really awkward. I said to her, and like all of a sudden, bearing in mind I was going to Natalie Cassidy and she saw me talking, and then I went, "Oh, sorry, we're just filming." I think that was probably a motor shock for
I
her.
thought you were on a round, girl.
She said that, didn't she? She went, "I thought you looked a little bit strange." But I lied to her and I told her that it was a drama project for school, just so it made it look like I wasn't some crazy person that makes videos at home. What would you say was your favourite panto or play or film or basically any event that we've done to be a part of?
I did quite enjoy Frozen. I know you're gonna be like, "What the hell? Are you mad?" But I just remember it was so last minute, but there was something quite thrilling about that.
Yeah, do you know what? I found that a bit. It was quite stressful, but because it was done so fast, there was no big lead up to it and loads of plans. And sometimes there's a point in a show where it can get a bit tedious. because we've been working.
And I find that the shows that are done sort of shorter in time, they seem to like actually get done more, if you know what I mean. Because all of the long-term, all of the long-term shows, we sort of just end up forgetting about.
Yeah, apart from The Wizard of Oz. Now, I know The Wizard of Oz is postponed, but that is because of the coronavirus.
Well,
so by the times we do the show, it would have been 2 whole years that we've had that idea for, and I was working in it all through lockdown, and we're hoping to still do it.
Well, I remember when we were coming up with the ideas for it, we come up with the idea for a revolving stage.
I actually spoke to Robin about this because I was telling them about how we always joke, and that they're always the one that seems to injure themselves. And we spoke about how
every single show that seemed to have happened.
Yeah, and we obviously spoke about the Halloween situation. Won't go into that again. Well, that's about all we've got time for today's podcast. Thank you very much for joining me today, James.
It's been a pleasure.
Hopefully, I'll be able to see you very soon in real life. This time, maybe we'll be doing a party or bingo, or hopefully, fingers crossed, a new show that is coming up. But as I said, thank you very, very much for joining me, and have a lovely rest of your day. Have a lovely rest of your week. Lockdown, and well, just as long until I next see you. Bye.
See ya.
Nobody go anywhere. We've got some really important information for you. So today is Saturday, and it was planned that we were going to have a live broadcast of our podcast finale today. However, because of the unfortunate delay with this podcast, we have decided to give ourselves more time to prepare for our live version. So it will be next Saturday. Just to be clear, that's the 27th of March. So this Saturday coming up at 3:30 p.m, we will be broadcasting live to your homes. Now, the fun news is we're going to have our very first virtual audience. So get in contact with us at oxidion.theatre@gmail.com, and the first 5 people to email us and get in contact with us will be put in our live virtual audience. But don't worry, if you don't get in the top 5, that doesn't matter. You can still watch it live on YouTube. We just won't hear your wonderful laughing and cheering and clapping. So please only get in contact for being in the live virtual audience if you're okay with having your laugh and your clapping and your cheering put into the final edit. But if you don't want that, then just watch it live on YouTube along with everyone else. So you'll hear me on Saturday when we've got live music, podcast bloopers, and we'll even be having some more conversations and catch-ups with people. And remember to hit the like button, to subscribe, and maybe even go and follow us on Instagram.